A very good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Beetv News Updates at 3. I am Ruth Obodu and now the news in detail. The All Progressive Congress FCT Campaign Council is celebrating what it described as a decisive and well-earned victory in the recently concluded area council elections in the Federal Capital Territory. Speaking to the media at the APC Situation Room in Abuja, the campaign team urged the new council chairman to build on the momentum and consolidate grassroots development across the nation's capital. The report.
The elections are widely viewed as a litmus test for the 2027 general elections, as the FCT is the only part of Nigeria where local government elections are conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission rather than state commissions. The results are seen as a more accurate reflection of national party strength and operational readiness. For the APC FCT campaign council members, the victory was the outcome of months of strategic mobilization, intensive voter engagement, and unity among party stakeholders. Party officials described the win as a demonstration of effective grassroots organization and a boost to the party's prospects ahead of future elections.
Chairman, under the platform of APC, that will work on the agenda of Mr. President, the Renew Hope agenda, implement those social protection systems, implement those projects that will bind to the people so that 2027 will have your projects as our campaign signposts.
According to the council, the APC secured the majority of chairmanship seats across the 6 area councils, Abaji, Buhari, Kuje, and Kwali, while also winning a significant number of councillorship positions.
For the support of the party by delivering 5 out of 6 area councils to us. The party showed huge responsibilities. They have seen over the past 3 years, those who reside in Abuja have seen the transformation of the policies of APC in Abuja.
Describing the victory as a mandate for service, the campaign council assured residents that the newly elected chairmen and councillors would prioritize people-oriented policies. Their focus will include infrastructure development, rural road rehabilitation, improved primary healthcare services, education, sanitation, and youth empowerment initiatives. Naomi Ewewe, reporting from Beetv News.
The Dare Adeboye Foundation has transitioned 100 children from the Olusosun site in Lagos State into formal schooling through the expansion of its flagship NEST projects. The initiative is part of the Foundation's Education for All program, which aims to bridge learning gaps for vulnerable children and create sustainable pathways out of poverty. Pastor Adejare Adeboye, chairman of the foundation, said the program launched on behalf of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God provides structured education and youth protection for marginalized communities. The initiative offers academic support, mentorship, and resources to help children transition successfully into formal schools, highlighting the Foundation's commitment to reducing educational inequality and promoting long-term development.
Those who are not, capable or feel they are not of high intelligence, be able to educate them and give them or assist them in acquiring skills that are relevant to them in the society.
Provide food, provide health checks, and we are even doing education. We've even built 2 makeshift accommodation here for light education and of course a Sunday service for a place for people to grow spiritually.
As we got to Redemption City, she told me that what can I do? What should I do? That should I go to school or what? Abi, as you can learn. So I told her that I will go to school. So she started sponsoring me.
President Bola Tinubu has unveiled plans to establish state police as part of a broader strategy to address rising insecurity across Nigeria. He made the announcement during an interfaith dinner with governors at the presidential villa in Abuja, emphasizing the administration's commitment to improving national security. The president assured Nigerians that his government is taking decisive steps to protect lives and property while driving the country's economy and social recovery. He stressed that strengthening security institutions is central to creating a safer environment for citizens and fostering confidence in governance. According to Tinubu, the creation of state police will empower law enforcement at the grassroots level, enabling authorities to respond more effectively to emerging threats and localized criminal activities. It described the move as a critical reform to complement existing federal security measures and enhance coordination between national and state security agencies.
The economy is showing up. Let's help those unemployed. What I promise you is not to be postponed. We will establish state police to combat the insecurity.
You will agree with me, the Christians are here, Muslims are also here. We just came to eat with the president, our leader, and also thank him for all the good work he is doing. You see, it's a special occasion because it is once in every 33 years. You will see a coincidence of Christian fasting and Muslim fasting at the same time. So this year is a special way, and what it teaches us is that religious and ethnic issues should not divide us, that we need to be more united as a country to be able to develop our country. So the president has shown good partnership between himself and governors, and we are here also to reciprocate that gesture. We are working with him in good faith.
The governor of Benue State, Yasin Lome Alia, has called on revenue-generating agencies in the state to ensure transparency, accountability, and innovative strategies to boost internally generated revenue. The governor made the remarks at the general meeting of the State Revenue Reconciliation Committee held at the Government House in Makurdi. Addressing directors, permanent secretaries, agency heads, and other key financial managers, Governor Halia commended those contributing positively to the state growth. He warned, however, that his administration would no longer tolerate corruption, revenue leakages, or unprofessional conduct within revenue-generating institutions. The governor urged all agencies to adopt modern revenue collection practices and strengthen monetary systems to maximize financial efficiency and support the state's developmental goals.
All the 15 IDP camps, including the refugee camp in Kogen and the communities in Jatoka and Nihamba. We are taking this item to Adaka for the first time. We were informed that we have a lot of displaced people in Adaka who are not living in camp.
The Minister of State for Works, Bello Muhammad Gonroyo, has flagged off the distribution of Ramadan relief worth over 200 million to vulnerable families in Gurono local government area. Essential supplies including rice, sugar, millet, and greens were distributed to help families observe Ramadan with dignity and renewed hope. The minister reaffirmed his commitment to grassroots welfare and commended ongoing efforts by the federal and state governments to improve living standards for citizens. The reports.
Putting it across the strata of the society, the politicians, the imams, of course the security agencies, the traditional rulers, so many other people that we feel we should support them because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enjoined we as Muslims, we should try as much as possible to extend our hand of friendship and support to the people, particularly the needy, during the Ramadan.
The local government congresses of the All Progressive Congress have been successfully concluded in Benue State, with the committee expressing satisfaction over the orderliness and conduct of party members. The chairman of the local government congress, Usman Musa, briefed newsmen at the party secretariat in Makurdi, describing the exercise as peaceful, transparent, and free of hate. He confirmed that there were no incidents of violence during the congresses. Musa also acknowledged the cooperation of security agencies, INEC officials, party executives, and the electoral committee, crediting their support for the smooth and successful completion of the congresses.
Local government stroke ward congresses in Benue State. In other words, we have come to the end of these congresses, APC congresses, ward local government for Benue State. We are here, we have given our materials to whatever that is concerned, results appropriately returned, and we have collected same. So I gladly tell you, this committee is the only genuine committee for Benue State.
We're happy today we have done the 23 local government submission. We look forward for preparation for the re-election of our able governor, the governor doing, the governor performing, the governor transformative in the year come 2027, where we all gather.
The Lagos State Security Trust Fund has introduced area surveillance as part of its security operations. Officials described the initiative as a major milestone after the fund conducted its first ever air patrol in collaboration with the Nigeria Police Force Air Wing. The report.
Security remains a top priority for the Lagos State government, which has sustained efforts to protect residents and businesses. The new area patrols are designed to enhance surveillance, enable rapid response, and strengthen crime prevention from the skies. The Executive Secretary of the Trust Fund explained the rationale behind the move, while the Commissioner of Police Air Wing expressed readiness to support the operation. The partnership marks a significant step in modernizing security measures across Lagos State.
These patrol flights are strictly for surveillance and public safety purposes. Subsequent flights will be conducted on a continuous basis as part of an integrated surveillance strategy.
We have pilots and engineers who are ready to continue to do their job, to collaborate and ensure that Lagos is peaceful.
A very degree of crime prevention and control strategy have been adopted and being implemented, and this is going to be an added advantage.
Officials moved to the Nigerian Police Air Wing base to prepare for takeoff. With rotors spinning, the helicopter lifted off into the Lagos skyline, carrying security chiefs, the executive secretary, and members of the media on the historic surveillance flight. From above, the team assessed strategic locations and critical infrastructure across the state. After covering a significant portion of the metropolis, the aircraft safely returned and touched down, marking a successful first area patrol operation.
I've been flying, out of Lagos, but this is the first time of coming down very low to see a Lagos that we are so passionate about and that we want well secured.
We patrolled Lagos Island, we patrolled up to mainland. We covered almost the whole of Lagos metropolis in few minutes.
We want to send a note of warning to criminal or who will be criminal to make sure they pack their load from Lagos and leave the state.
The The Trust Fund reaffirmed its commitment to working with security agencies to deploy innovative solutions aimed at preserving peace, stability, and prosperity in the state. Naomi Ewewe, reporting from Beetv News.
We are going on a short break. Just stay with us.
Love is a beautiful journey, and our love story is about to be told. We are finally making it official, and your presence is mandatory. G&S 26 Fairy Tale is here. The families of late Pa Benjamin Ulame Zewokun of Ohun Town of your Northeast local government area and late Elder Napoleon Eihame of Ikokogbe, Owesan Village, Igweben local government area, both of Edo states, cordially invite you to the wedding ceremony of their beloved children, Gifts O Ulame and Samuel Eihame. Date: Thursday, 26th February, 10 a.m. Traditional marriage ceremony at the bride's family compound, Wire Road, Benin City. White wedding, 28th February 2026, 10 a.m. at Christ Embassy, number 1, Christ Embassy Way, off Diawa, off Ekenwa Road, Benin City. Wedding reception follows immediately at Rain Restaurant Event Center, Saple Road, beside St. Mary British Dedication School, Benin City, at 12 noon. Color of the day: purple, gold, and olive green. True love is not found, it is built day by day. Join us as Gift and Samuel say I do. Signed, family.
Welcome back, and now to the business news. The Rural Electrification Agency has secured a $700,000 grant from the ECOWAS Commission to electrify 15 public health and education institutions across Nigeria using solar photovoltaic systems. The funding follows the signing of a memorandum of understanding under the Regional Off-Grid Electricity Access Project. Beneficiary institutions are located in the Federal Capital Territory, Niger State, and Nasarawa State. The report.
The agreement marks the formal commencement of Nigeria's pilot phase of the regional project, which is supported by the World Bank to expand off-grid electricity access across West Africa and the Sahel. Under the deal, ECOWAS will provide grant funding for the installation of solar systems in rural health centers and schools, with the Rural Electrification Agency serving as the technical and financial implementing agency. The Rural Electrification Agency also signed a separate agreement with the Niger State government to facilitate collaboration and co-financing for selected project sites. Speaking at the ceremony, Rural Electrification Agency Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Abba Ali described the partnership as a strong example of regional cooperation driving national development. The federal government is negotiating to secure up to $5.7 billion in strategic investments from China across key sectors of the economy, the Ministry of Finance said on Monday. Minister of Finance Wale Edu met a delegation from GCL Group in Abuja, led by Oji Uzo Kalu, to discuss funding for power, mining, and industrial manufacturing projects. The proposed investments are expected to support large-scale energy generation, local mineral processing, and new factories aimed at creating jobs, boosting exports, and adding value to the economy. The talks form part of broader efforts to expand productive capacity through targeted foreign direct investment supported by ongoing reforms under President Bola Tinubu. Officials said the decisions align with the government's strategy to shift from raw exports to domestic production, focusing on energy security, industrial capacity, and long-term growth. While specific project details were not disclosed, the engagement reflects the administration's industrialization and economic reform agenda. African leaders and development stakeholders have urged countries to boost intra-continental trade, fiscal independence, and democratic institutions as Western aid declines. The call came on Monday in Abuja at the launch of Beyond Aid and Fear, a policy publication by Friedrich Ebert Stiftung Nigeria. Leonard Ostigard, FAS Nigeria's resident representative, said the publication aims to guide African governments navigating a changing global order. He stressed the need to rethink development strategies in response to shifting politics and rising protectionism abroad. Ostigard noted that Europe's long-standing support for development cooperation is weakening amid domestic pressures and the rise of right-wing populism. He urged African nations to adapt quickly to maintain growth and resilience. Naomi Ewewe, reporting from Beetv News.
Hundreds of costume revelers filled the streets of Galazidi on Monday as the coastal community staged its annual floor war, a colorful tradition that signals the close of the carnival season in Greece. The report.
Participants, many wearing protective goggles, masks, and old clothing, gathered in the town square armed with bags of dyed flour. At the sound of the starting signals, team hurled clouds of brightly colored powder at one another, quickly covering the narrow harbor streets, buildings, and spectators in shades of pink, blue, yellow, and purple. Local authorities supervised the event, while residents and visitors watched from balconies and designated viewing points. Organizers said the celebration is designed to be festive rather than competitive, encouraging both locals and tourists to join in the playful battle. The flower war is traditionally held on the final day of Carnival, just before the beginning of Lent in the Greek Orthodox calendar. The custom is believed to date back to the 19th century, when locals reportedly used ash and later flour to mock occupying forces, eventually turning the act into a symbolic yearly celebration. Tourism officials noted that the spectacle has become one of the town's biggest attractions, drawing visitors from across the country and abroad. Hotels and waterfront cafes reported increased bookings over the Carnival weekend. Cleanup crews moved in shortly after the event to wash down the streets to reopen the harbor front, while music, dancing, and food festivities continued into the evening, bringing the Carnival season in Galazidi to a lively close. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BTV News.
And now to entertainment news. Nigeria businessman and commentator Isaac Fayose has tackled critic Gege over remarks describing Peter Obi as an online president. The report.
Fayose strongly defended Obi, saying he has made meaningful contributions to Nigeria's political landscape and deserves credit. He highlighted Obi's participation in protests, supporting electronic transmission of election results, criticizing those who stay inactive online. Fayose argued that entrenched political systems in Africa make real change difficult. He added that repeated election losses do not weaken Obi's popularity and that citizens also share responsibility for political outcomes. Nigeria made a powerful statement on one of the global cinema's biggest stages as the British Academy Film Awards 2026, with standout victories by Akinola Davis Jr. and Wale Davis. The ceremony was held on Sunday night at the Royal Festival Hall, drawing leading figures from across the global film industry. Mosaku clinched the Best Supporting Actress award for her performance in Sinners, marking one of the night's most emotional moments. Accepting the award while visibly pregnant, the actress received a standing ovation as she reflected on perseverance and purpose, cementing her place among the most respected talents of her generation. In a landmark achievement, Akinola Davis Jr. and Wallace Davis won Outstanding British Debut for My Father's Shadow. Their victory makes them the first Nigerian filmmakers to take home the prestigious prize, a milestone widely celebrated as a breakthrough for African storytelling within British cinema. Pop star Pink Pantheress has been named Producer of the Year as the Brits Award ahead of the weekend ceremony, becoming the first woman to win the prize since it was introduced in 1977. The 24-year-old, known for hits including Illegal, State Size, and Boys a Liar, described the milestone as bittersweet and crazy, noting the lack of previous female winners. She's also the youngest ever recipient of the award. Her rise began 5 years ago when Lo-fi track Break It Off and Pain went viral on TikTok, earning her the BBC Sound of 2022 title. She has since amassed more than 1 billion streams and scored a global hit with 2023 Boys a Liar Part 2. Last year, a sample-heavy Mystic Fancy that became her first UK Top 10 album and secured a Mercury Prize nomination. Known for her skittering breakbeats and melodic style, Pink Pantheress is entirely self-taught as a producer. And that's it on the entertainment news. Evelyn Isibili reporting for BTV News.
And now moving on to sports. Nigeria forward Ademola Lookman will face Rafael Oyedika's club Brugge in the second leg of their UEFA Champions League knockouts playoff when Atlético Madrid hosts the Benja side at the Riyadh Air Metropolitano. The tie is finally poised after a thrilling 3-3 draw in Belgium, where Lookman and Oyedika both starred. Lookman opened the scoring in the first leg with a poacher's finish from a Griezmann corner, while Oyedika pulled one back for Burge and later assisted the equalizer for Christos Tozolis. Oyedika will miss the return leg due to a one-match ban after being booked in the first leg. Lukman, who joined Atlético from Atlanta in January, has been in scintillating form, scoring 4 goals and providing 6 assists in 6 appearances across all competitions, matching a club record set by Luis Suarez in the 2020 and 2021 season. Despite his goal-scoring exploits, Atlético manager Diego Simon has challenged him to contributing more beyond goals. Atlético entered the match with a strong home record in Europe, having won 3 of 4 Champions League games at the Metropolitano this season, but they have not beaten Bruges in their last 4 meetings. Bruges, who finished 19th in the group stage, have struggled in European away games but showed resilience in the first leg by twice coming from behind. With the aggregate score level, a win for either team will see them through, while another high-scoring draw could send the tie into extra time. And that's the end of our news update. Thank you for joining and stay tuned at our major news at 6. I am Ruth Ogbodu. Bye for now.